Hi everyone, this video is on our overnight experience staying at the Candy Cane Inn in a premium room. If you are looking for videos on the standard room, we'll link those in the description below. The Candy Cane Inn is located at 1747 South Harbor Boulevard in Anaheim. It is about a 6/10 of a mile or 1 kilometer walk to the front gates of Disneyland. Now the Candy Cane Inn does have a dedicated shuttle or trolley to Disneyland you can take as an alternative. Parking is free at the time of filming, but if you are very particular about your car and you have a larger vehicle, when the hotel is full, parking can be a little bit tight, so just want to make you aware of that. Now you may ask, what is the difference between a standard room and a premium room at the Candy Cane? Well, the premium room is a little bit larger. It includes a late checkout at 2 p.m., turn down service, a free welcome gift, which is snacks, water, and our kids loved it. And it also includes the one item we loved the most, and that was breakfast delivery to your room.
Up next is staff and service. We did arrive after check-in time, so our room was immediately ready. I did notice that check-in was really fast, and they were able to answer all of our questions and help us in all of that regard, and explained all the breakfasts for the premium room as well. And then on checkout day, we did store our luggage at the front desk, and they were excellent with that as well. And when we came back later in the afternoon to get our luggage, they were super fast and responsive to that as well. And another great thing we noticed in terms of customer service was their shuttle driver. So our room was in the very back of the hotel, and we were walking to go into the park, and we had missed the shuttle. It picks up at the front of the property, but he saw us walking and stopped and asked if we were going to the parks, and we said yes, and he insisted that we got on the shuttle. He opened the doors for us, and then he did the same thing for every other guest he saw walking around the resort as he turned around in the Candy Cane parking lot. And I just thought that was really sweet that he went through all that trouble to make sure that he got all of the guests on the shuttle, and he was really helpful. The people that got on after us, they had a stroller, and he helped them with that as well, and we just thought he was so sweet.
We do get a few questions on the Candy Cane trolley, and one of them is, will ECVs or scooters fit on there? And no, they can't accommodate those. And then one of the big questions is, why does the Candy Cane trolley not make a U-turn at Harbor and Catella? And that's because there's no U-turn available there. Moving on to property conditions. The outside of the hotel has beautifully manicured garden throughout the entire property. It's really peaceful and it's really quiet. The pool was recently renovated as part of a hotel-wide renovation. And of course, we didn't get to use the pool on this trip either. We went during full June gloom, and so it was overcast and cool the day we were there. Once again, the hotel had a full renovation in the last year, and the room itself was in very good repair. We loved the size of the room. There's plenty of space to store an ECV or a scooter, a crib, or a pack and play, or a stroller or pram. One thing that we really liked about the room was having 2 luggage racks. Whenever we stay in a hotel, it seems like there's always a shortage of luggage racks, so it's just a nice touch.
One thing we did want to point out, and it does make us a little uncomfortable saying it because we know how many people absolutely love the Candy Cane Inn, and we do as well. But we did notice the floor in our room looked like maybe it got mist. It did not look like it had been cleaned. And to be fair, the rest of the entire room was immaculate. No dust. All the bathroom was totally clean, no random hairs in the tub or anything like that. It was immaculate, and it was the only thing was the floor. And had we stayed longer than one night, I probably would have called and asked, like, hey, do you have a broom, so I could have swept it up myself, something to that effect. But we were only there for one night, and we were really not in the room for very long, so we didn't make a big deal out of it. But we like to be honest in our reviews and what we experience in the hotels. And talking to a lot of friends, I have a lot of friends that stay at the Candy Cane only, and no one else has ever had an issue like that. So we do think it was very, very rare, but we wanted to point it out. Up next is room comfort and noise. And the Candy Cane Inn is a motel, and typically in a motel you do hear a little bit more noise than a hotel because the cars are parked right outside of your room and the outdoor corridors can be loud sometimes. we have to say this stay was so quiet. A lot of the cars in the Southern California area do have very loud exhaust, and we almost always hear the exhaust in other motels. We did not hear one loud car while we were staying at Candy Cane. We also noticed in the morning, one of the housekeepers walked by with her cart. We did not hear one bit of noise from that either, so they did an excellent job soundproofing the rooms when they did their renovation. We also never heard any noise from either neighbor on either side of us, and the only thing we ever heard, and it was very minor and it was not loud at all, was the reverse beeping of the trolley or shuttle in the parking lot. You could hear that occasionally, not every single time. And sometimes you could hear its little bell when it arrived back at the resort. You could hear that, but it was very, again, very minor, very muffled, I would say, not in your face loud. So we were very impressed with the soundproofing that they did. We also really loved the beds and the pillows. We all slept great and there was no complaints for that. Up next is the amenities at the Candy Cane Inn, and the biggest amenity is going to be the included breakfast. They have so many options for their included breakfast. So this particular trip, we did not walk down to the breakfast because we had it delivered to our room, but in other stays, these were the options that were available. Chobani yogurt, donuts, bagels, cereal, fresh fruit, hard-boiled eggs, cheese, a waffle station, juice, coffee, and tea. This was based off our last day in January of 2023. Up next, we're going to put up the menu that we were given to order our food to have it be delivered to our room. And go ahead and pause the video so you can see all the different options you can pick. We wanted to mention the times that you could have the breakfast delivered because we were asked that quite a bit on our last video. So the breakfast delivery times were 6 to 6:15, 7 to 7:15, 8:15 to 8:30, and 9 to 9:15. Now, we did order the ham and cheese croissants in our breakfast delivery, and they were delicious, and we did not eat all of them. And the way they packaged it for the room delivery was perfect for us to carry it with us into the park and eat it later when we got hungry. They packaged everything really nicely, and it worked out perfectly for a snack later in the day. Other amenities are, like I mentioned before, you can leave your luggage at checkout, and I'm sure you can do it if you check in early and your room is not available. They do have a dedicated shuttle, they call it the trolley, to and from Disneyland. Free parking, which is very rare, right on that block of harbor. The only other hotels we know of in that block that offer free parking are the Castle Inn and the Parkview Inn. They have a heated pool, a spa, and a kiddie pool that they just redid in their renovation. They have a workout room, free Wi-Fi in the rooms, and guest laundry. And they also have a small gift shop with souvenirs and room necessities. Say you forgot toothpaste or something like that. They have those things available as well, which always comes in handy because someone always forgets something. Another huge perk of booking a premium room is the late checkout at 2 p.m. That was really handy for us because we were checking into another hotel and we were able to kind of have a relaxing morning at the Candy Cane and then head to the park and go check into our other hotel later. So we weren't in a super rush trying to pack up and eat our breakfast in the morning. The location of the Candy Cane is really great too, so if you need something more than just a necessity or if you want snacks, waters, anything like that, there is a 7-Eleven, a CVS, and a Walgreens all right within walking distance. The 7-Eleven is basically right next door to the Candy Cane, so it's really nice to have that option in case you need something while you're staying there.
Who would want to stay at a premium room at the Candy Cane Inn? We think it's a great option for couples, friends, families that need that little bit of extra space and want that breakfast delivered or the late checkout. If you have a flight that's later in the afternoon, this allows you to relax and not have to rush for that 11 a.m. checkout. And breakfast delivery is awesome perk of this room.